Probably all the seniors.
It's a third of the team, Captain.
Now, let's be nice.
I am being
We're live.
I am being nice.
Be nice. Only 1 minute to record because the B card is filled.
Yeah.
And now we're good.
First time all year.
The Raiders won the coin toss. They're deferred. The Knights will receive the opening kickoff. Please, direct your attention to the field. Presenting in the national colors of the United States, of the honor guard from Central Junior ROTC.
Where'd that thing go?
At this time, we ask you all to please rise and remove all headwear as we honor America by playing her national anthem.
All right, everyone, we welcome you to Connolly Stadium in Providence, Rhode Island for tonight's coverage of high school football. And tonight, it's pre-Thanksgiving action as the Somerset Berkeley Raiders travel across the border to take on the Central High Knights. Thank you for joining us this evening. Alongside Brady Kudo, I'm Keegan Hamblett for Berkeley Community Access TV Channel 9, Somerset Access TV Channel 98, our Blue Raider Studios YouTube, and broadcasting live on my personal YouTube account. Brady, let's recap how the season went for both teams. Somerset Berkeley, 6-2 for the second consecutive year, pulled off the upset at Malden Catholic round 1, fell to Tewksbury in the Elite 8. There's no Finn Bjork today. He was the hero in those games, but they've been improving all the way around.
And the question is, how do you adapt without Bjork? And the answer, get the ball to Kevin Dos Santos a little more often. This kid's a playmaker, and he's shown that when he's been given the opportunity to shine. The Raiders won this matchup last year, and I'd expect them to do the same tonight.
Kevin DeSantos, as you mentioned, expect to get a lot of touches today. Going to be filling in that de facto tight end role. He's going to be out there for the kickoff as the Raiders won the toss, but have deferred. For the Central side, they went 5-5 this year, finished their regular season with a 500 mark, their best mark in 3 seasons. Their playoff run ultimately ended, Brady, with an overtime loss to Burrowville.
And coming off that loss, it was a couple weeks prior, they went to Burrowville, lost by 4 touchdowns. So while I'm not one for moral victories, especially in the postseason, there was obvious improvement there, and especially with the alignment in Division I in the RWIL, which we'll touch upon as the night goes on. It wasn't the worst year for the Knights, and they need to get on the board early today.
That is a very good kickoff by Kevin DeSantos. It's going to be handled at about the 4-yard line by Polanco. Polanco still running with the ball. He is past the 30-yard line, and he'll be taken down at about the 34. A 30-yard return. That'll bring out the Central offense. But that's a good start. That's what you wanted if you're the Knights, Brady.
I don't think nobody was really expecting that great of a kick from Dos Santos, but he's got a good leg. Just a solid athlete, three-season athlete for the Raiders, and now it gives the Knights a chance to go to work.
1st and 10 with the ball marked at the 35-yard line. And have 2 out wide on the left. Aaron Vega, the senior quarterback, also plays as a tight end and defensive end under center.
Was surprised to see him go today. Figured Evan Soto would get the start. Aaron Vega, more of that Taysom Hill figure. Here we go.
Past midfield, past the 40. There goes Javon Tagger. Tagger down to the 20. First play, touchdown, Central, 22 seconds in. Unreal.
I mean, this isn't a run-heavy offense. This isn't the Raiders. This is a team, Armani Roderick's last year, Soto Vega, they love to throw the football. Catching the Raiders a little off guard, that B-gap opened right up.
It did.
And what do? You shoot right through it, and you go for 65 yards to the house.
Seth Mello was the closest Raider to it, right at about that 25, 30-yard line. Couldn't make the tackle. 65-yard touchdown that puts Central up early on. And they're lining up as if they're going to go for two.
They are going to go for two. I'm not surprised here. I'm really not.
Me neither.
Put up as many points as you can early. I formation, though. Not a big fan of this.
Well, let's see what they do. Hazard was the running back. There's a fumble on the play, and it doesn't matter who got it. The conversion will be unsuccessful. That'll leave the score 6-0 Central with 11 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the first. Well, I know usually, for everybody that's been following along, usually the first whistle after the first play, I like to do the meet the head coach. The touchdown was the first play, so let's do meet the head coach right now. Nick Freitas for Somerset Berkeley in his 16th season, career record of 110-58, all-time wins leader for the Raider football program, state finalist in 2010, as well as a Final Four appearance in 2014, and as you know, Brady works as a history and contemporary issues teacher at Somerset Berkeley.
He's the best coach that we've seen coming to this program, no doubt, and he has really turned this around. I believe he was the New England Patriots head coach of the week a few years ago. But a great honor to be showcased by the Patriots, and a really successful season for him. And nobody really knew what to make of the team heading into the season, but the fact that you pulled an upset. Malden Catholic's a great program, and we're going to touch upon that a few times.
That's Javon Tagger on the kickoff. Brendan McDonald is going to return it, cutting up the middle, past the 35, trying to barrel his way to the 40. Everybody in there trying to push him forward, and it looks like Jerry Nicolu, the junior, is in there on the stop for the Knights. A good return that'll set up the Raiders' offense at the 41. Somerset Berkeley, as we mentioned in the opening, Brady, the offense, it's been on and off, probably their strong point, but that defense has really been stepping up in the last few weeks.
When you give up 12 points to Malden Catholic, there's something there that should be studied, and it should be put in every defensive encyclopedia there is, because they played a near perfect game defensively. They did it against Tewksbury as well, and the fourth quarter obviously did not go as planned. It really fell apart. That ended up being 40-20, but I'm excited to see this offense. Central doesn't see the wing T at all.
First and 10 from the 40. It's going to be a keeper from McDonald. McDonald still on his feet after a missed tackle. Might only end up with a gain of 2, though. He was able to elude that tackle from Cedric Ford in the backfield.
And he'll get 1.
Gain of 1 on the play. Bring it down to 9.
It looks like we have a Knight that is very slow getting up to his feet. Omar Pascasio.
That's not good. It's one of the last people you want hurt.
Omar Pascasio, junior lineman on the defensive and offensive side for the Knights. We'll continue our Meet the Coach segment while we have a second. Michael Washington, 4th season with the Knights. If he wins this game, he'll be at a 500 mark. He's 20-21 in his career. Former player, running back, defensive specialist for Central, 08 to 2011. Named to the Providence Journal's 2010s All-Decade team. And he's the creator of the YouTube series The Tale of a Knight. It focuses around the Central team. You can find that on YouTube at Team Dollar TV. I was able to check out a few episodes. Very good work being put in.
Mike Washington's a dog, right? He was a dog when he played. He's a dog of a coach. And has he had the dream, the perfect first 3 seasons? No, he hasn't. But as we know, things take time. It takes time to build cultures. It takes time to build programs. And you're seeing that right now with Central, especially, Providence is a city. There's 4 high schools. Everybody, and especially with Rhode Island, you can live in Providence, but you can go to school in Narragansett. You can go to Narragansett High School. So it's really tough to keep athletes in the city, particularly your high school. So the fact that he's really been able to contend at Division I for so long is a big credit to him.
That's a handoff on the right side to Liam Meehan, who's going to push forward to about the 48-yard line. And they're making the tackle near on Bentel, the senior defensive back. It'll bring up 3rd down. Gain of 7, though, for the junior. Also to mention about Coach Washington, just a good guy. He's also the owner of Recover Rhode Island, which focuses on sports injury rehabilitation. Just a good guy all the way around. 3rd down and 2 from the 48. That's a handoff to Finn Crook, who's past midfield. That'll move the chains for a 1st down. Out to the night 47, a gain of 5. I should mention to our audience, hey, the feed might look good if you're watching it live or on the tape delay feeds, but we are high up in the bleachers. 1st and 10 from the night, 47. That's McDonald on the keeper going straight up the middle. He's going to be tackled down right away. Very good collision in the back coming from Azrael Casey, the junior.
I see this all the time when left and right sides of the field are both wide open, and you choose to run into the middle. I don't know why. I see that all of the time at every level of the sport. If you've got opening, if you go to you bounce out to the outside, you've got a 1st down, plain and simple. So I would like to see a little variety with this Raider run game.
We did see last year, too, when Somerset played Central at Hanson Memorial Stadium. There was a variety. It wasn't always running. Wasn't the QB keepers. There were passes in there, and there was a touchdown for one of them.
You got to mix it up here.
2nd and 11. They tried the double handoff. It ends up in Finn Crook's hands. He's going to be tackled down right at the line of scrimmage. Not much going there. 3rd down and 11 coming up.
It was another fumbled snap. We had one for Central earlier on the 2-point try, and then that just now. And just like when you're going up to catch a pass, watch yourself catch it first, then turn and run. Crook did not see the ball come into the body, so what happens? You fumble it.
The original handoff went to Liam Meehan. We've seen that double handoff a couple of times this season, and it's working. It's been working.
I've seen it every year I've covered this team, and it works. It does work, and it can be very effective at times when it's done right. At times, not done right.
3rd and 11 from the night 48. That's going to be Brendan McDonald on the keeper. He'll get out to about the 41. Janari Jackson with the stop. Now what? 4th down and about 3 or 4 coming up. We know Freitas likes to take a gamble on these 4th downs. You're in a good position.
I'm going for it here. I mean, you can try the pooch punt, but what happened the last time you gave Central the ball?
Didn't work out too well.
They went down.
Yes.
They on one play. So I like coaches that take a wise gamble right now. You're only down a score. This is a wise gamble in my book.
4th down and 5 from the 42. 7:35 to go, 1st quarter. McDonald trying to draw Central offside. He nearly did. And we're going to have a timeout called on the far side. You could hear it from all the way up here. Freitas not too happy about that.
I was like, maybe they're trying to draw them off, but it's early. Something did not go right.
So
I can hear it.
Yeah, that timeout's going to come with 7:26 to go in the 1st quarter. And Finn Bjork, I guess, has been acting as the main punter this year. And if you remember watching the Thanksgiving game last year, they tried doing a punt. It was returned all the way to the Raider 3-yard line by Central. So you got to make sure you take that out of contention.
Of course, 26-22 win for the Raiders last year. That was a fun time. We had a fun time.
Yes, we did.
That was a great game for a while, and then Central fell apart at the end. I think it was a combo of everything. Just the ball control was not good, coaching not great, and it just showed the resiliency of the Raiders. Who, I mean, they had a down year last year in my book. Wasn't this year. They won a playoff game. They were in it with Tewksbury, who is a phenomenal football team. I'm expecting, again, like I said earlier, expecting somewhat of a similar result in terms of, for lack of a better word, the spread.
It's still early on. We had that score first play of the game, so you never know what can happen. 4th down and 5. Brendan McDonald is going to roll right with the ball. Brendan McDonald past the 40, tiptoeing on the side. He's got enough for a Raider. First down, pushing him out of bounds is Bentel. So the play call does work out. They move the chains on a gain of 7.
See, when you bounce the ball out to the outside when you're not expecting it, Central's got some big boys up front. The A and the B gaps are going to shoot up very, very quickly. You're going to fill in really, really quickly. You have to be able to use the edges. You have to be able to exploit the perimeter and pick up chunk yardage that way. It's exactly what Brenton did there.
1st and 10 from the Knight 35-yard line. Finn Crook ready to go on the right side. Instead, it's going to be a handoff up the middle to Liam Meehan to about the 30. Michael Butler, another two-way player. We do see that a lot at the high school level. A lot of two-way players
You're
making the stop.
starting to see less, oddly enough, less of it at the high school level. But they're the Brendan McDonalds of the world who will play both sides. Travis Hunter, obviously at the collegiate level, and I don't like it. I think if you're going to play the sport, focus on one thing that's going to make you great. Also, just minimizes your injury risk as well.
If the team's getting it done, they're getting it done, right?
True.
That was another double handoff to Finn Crook, and they read that one right away. They realized that from earlier. Making the stop once again is Azriel Casey. It'll be a
I hear
third
shouts
and
of jet sweep, so...
Hey, well, this was the same way
I
last
know,
year.
this is...
Hey, everybody's looking forward to these new Thanksgiving traditions. It's not the OG way with Somerset and Case,
No,
but you'll
no.
take it. 3rd down and 9. Finn Crook going to have a motion towards the left side. McDonald is going to roll left. Had Meehan on the side. McDonald now going to take off with it. McDonald's got a first down and more. Cutting to the right past the 20. He might be in, and he will be. Touchdown, Raiders. 34-yard touchdown. They have leveled it up.
That's exactly the response you need. Nobody's open. He's so good on his feet. Take off. You don't get a first down, you go to the first down. Forget the first down. Great vision on the far side and cut it back, which is so dangerous. But he does it right every time he does it, so it works. You get a wide open right side of the field. Easy walk and score.
The extra point attempt coming here for Somerset Berkeley, which would give them the lead. And they were missing a blocker out there. Here comes Jason Poissant running onto the field. Poissant, if you remember the game against Hanover, made the very first tackle of the season. He's also going to be filling in, getting some more playing time in this game compared to the rest of the games. Extra point attempt is up and good. DeSantos on the kick. Brody Phillips, the junior, on the hold. And Somerset Berkeley with 5:13 to go in the first quarter. They have the road lead. Again, we do thank all of you for watching. Let's go through the comments. Give a couple of you a shout out. We got Jeff, who was commenting at the beginning. Let's go Raiders.
What up, Jeff?
Eric Redmond. Hi all, go Raiders. I think Eric was on there for the Tewksbury game, so thank you for joining us again, Eric.
Way to do a job, Eric.
But we were talking about how so far this game's kind of playing out, especially with the crowd. Like, the crowd was all into it, if you remember it from last year. A lot of yelling and trying to help out either side.
More so from the Raiders side, because I did notice a lot of Central parents and family members, could say wisely, not wisely, whatever. They didn't pay to get in the stadium. They just stood on the outskirts. So I do remember that, because it's like, what is that? they're shouting, and that's obviously fine. What is that coming from? Oh, they're up there, out there. All right, that makes sense. But if you remember last year, a lot of transportation issues with Central that ended up pushing the start time of the game back. It pushed a lot of things back, and I think that's ultimately what caused them. One of the things that caused them to drop that game.
That one is going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback as James Walker let that one go. The ball is going to be marked at the 20-yard line for a 1st and 10 for Central. And I'll add with last year, too, where you were saying that Central kind of fell apart late in that game. I thought the second half, because Somerset Berkeley was up, I believe, 26-6 at one point or something very similar to that score. Central got back into it. They had 2 quick touchdowns, the 2-point conversions, and then that late interception by Rodrigues to Finn Bjork that ended up really sealing the game. Also to mention, too, Rodrigues said in an interview after the game last year that, hey, it was a good environment. Their team hadn't played on Thanksgiving in a long time, so he was just happy to be out there for another
game. For a while,
game.
they were doing that little City Cup game where 2 high schools would play against 2 high schools, and it was just a good experience, but it wasn't what you want. You want a competitive, traditional game, and they have that here with the Raiders.
That was a gain of 2 on that run. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. And you were bringing up competitive game. We're not going to talk too much about it, but you being a Case grad, Somerset Case had almost a 90-year tradition where the 2 teams would play on Thanksgiving, and a couple blowouts the more recent years. That kind of really settled it. The 2 teams split off their own way, and Case is playing Atlantis Charter now for Thanksgiving.
I mean,
games.
say what you want about it. You know, sometimes you need a fresh start, and it's so far I think it's working for both sides.
That's a pitch back to Javon Tagner to about the 25-yard line. And there was a whistle to stop the clock for a second. It might have ran out of bounds. It is a gain of 4 on the play. Will bring up 3rd down. We're also talking about the transportation issues, too. There was actually a flag on the play.
I would say it looked like, and I didn't say anything because I wasn't sure, it looked like Seth Mello got away with a horse collar. It was a weird, the way that Taser was brought down was really, really awkward. I thought Mello had gotten away with it. Obviously not. Central can capitalize on this here.
That first play is not going to go anywhere. Drew Dion slammed him down. On the run that time is Justin Bessel Jr.
See, this is a time now, I think you got to test the secondary. Bjork out, Zach King out. Test the secondary. It's not 100%.
And this is the problem with being right in front of the press box. You know what? Stuff happens. It's all good.
It also doesn't help when they change the numbers every 2 weeks. So we were told.
Just happens because there's a couple jerseys you can have regular home, regular away. Some teams throw in that alternate kind if they want to do that. So you never know. Here we go, a 2nd down and 11. That is a rifle, and it's incomplete. Intended receiver was James Walker as Vega was trying to get at him on the right side. 3rd down and 11.
I like that idea of testing the secondary early, but Vega, there's nobody within 5 yards. You got to put that ball on the money. You have to. I mean, it wasn't a horrible throw, but
just a little bit behind.
You shouldn't. You can't overthrow a guy like that when there's nobody within 5 yards ahead of him, especially when your body's already. Vega being a lefty, your body's already going to the far side. You got to hit it.
3rd and long coming up for Vega in the Knights offense. What are we drawing up here? Similar play, throw out maybe 15 yards on the right?
I'm throwing the football again. I mean, if that's what I saw with the Raiders in a zone look, looks like they're in man. I'm drawing up another pass here.
Here's the 3rd and 11. Vega looking to the right, stepping up, launching over the middle. That's complete. Very close to the 1st down. The reach might have gotten it there. Janari Jackson with the catch and run.
No, it looked like he got it.
It was a late reach in there as well. I think they got it. Yep, they're going to move the chains at the gain of 11.
Forward progress definitely had the first down. But see now, you're 2 of your last 2. Keep this up. Keep throwing the football. The run game is not there right now, and that's fine. This is a really good run defense. If it's not there, don't try to force the issue. When you force issues, bad things happen.
It's a secondary, too, on Somerset, that, especially earlier in the year, that has really struggled. Is Vega going to hand it off for a gain of 1? Drew Dion in there again on the tackle. But you just mentioned it right there. They're going back to the run game. Just hasn't been working out so far in the opening.
If you throw the ball 7 times in a row, go back to the run. Catch them off guard. Don't go 7 plays in a row with a run, or whatever it was. Throw it for 2 plays. The latter of the 2 having success and a first down, and then go back to the run.
They do get 1 yard on the run. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 9, as that was Bessel again on the carry on that last play.
There's a lot of beef up front on both sides.
Yes.
On both sides of the ball. Throw the football. But you're going up in the eye again. I think they're going to try to get it right up the middle.
Vega in the I formation going to take off on the left side. He's going to keep it himself. Vega is past the 45, and Drew Dion and others slamming him down. Caven DeSantos and Hayden Teasdale in the mix on the stop.
And you'll take that if you're Central. And a sideline warning issued to the Raiders.
Yep. And you knew that was going to happen
for
sooner
sure.
rather than later.
Without a doubt.
And you can hear some of the Somerset faithful barking at the referees, and it's really the thing with Somerset. Like, you got most of the parents, they're all supportive. They just want the best for their team.
Just call it fair, which, I mean, it has been called pretty fair. Unsure what Nick is arguing here. The first down I get, because that was very bang. But there were people in his ear saying, forward progress, got him that first down. Don't challenge it. Don't fight it, whatever. Big 3rd down here.
Vega going to launch it deep down the field. He's got a man. It is caught inside the 10. Wow, what a catch.
And that is the most obvious 15-yard penalty. Listen, I know this is an exhibition. At the end of the day, this doesn't account for the standings. You have to stay disciplined,
yes,
especially against this Raider team. You blink, and they're either winning or they just cut into your lead. In this case, obviously, they extend that lead. So silly things like that of launching a football 100 feet in the air or whatever that was, you don't need to do it. There's no need for it. There's no discipline there. And if you want to be successful, whether the game matters or not, you got to show discipline.
Clock rolling to 5 seconds. We'll see if they get one more snap off.
And especially in a game like this, you're not just representing your school, you're representing your city, you're representing your state.
That is going to do it for the first quarter. 7-6 Somerset Berkeley over Central through 12 minutes of play. I'll tell you what, I didn't see the flag. You saw it right away. I was busy updating the scoreboard.
As soon as he got up, as soon as he launched it, I knew there was going to be a flag. That's one of the more obvious ones I've seen.
That was one heck of a catch by Janari Jackson, diving all the way at the 10 to catch that ball.
In our film study, I was watching last year's game. I watched it a couple times, and there were so many just wide open balls 40 yards down the field that Roderick threw, and he just missed several guys. So the fact that Vega is now hitting them, it's a positive sign. You're a senior. Go out with a bang.
Both Rodericks last year and Vega this year, they both got cannons for an arm. I'll add that.
Armani Rodericks is a really good quarterback.
Well, we were talking in the beginning before this game that we were going to split commentary. What do we want to do? You want to take over?
We're going to split it. Stick to the game plan.
All right.
Stick to the game plan.
Brady Kudo, play-by-play. Take it away.
12 minutes in the books. With the Raiders up 1 on the Central Knights. Fans, be sure to subscribe to Blue Raider Studios on YouTube for video coverage of athletic and other school events. Also, follow along on the Blue Raider Studios and SB_athletics X pages. It's a first down and 10 for the Central Knights as we begin quarter number 2. Vega with a loaded backfield, 2 receivers to his left, one-on-one coverage at the bottom of your screen. It's a handoff. Bouncing outside and being wrapped up immediately is Javon Tazier.
You do get a flag that was thrown right at the line of scrimmage. Let's check that first. One heck of a read, though, by Liam Meehan coming over to make the tackle.
We'll see what they do here. And this is coming back.
Now, this will be interesting because that was a loss of 1 or 2 on the play, so we'll see if Freitas will accept or decline it.
He's going to accept it, so 1st and 20. I like the decision.
You know what? That's one where it works either way, no matter which way.
So they'll try this again, this time from 20 yards out. Line of scrimmage to 35. I got to go back to the air here.
Hey, you never know what
I feel like you have to. Don't try to get it all back in one bit because you're not going to, but
if you see it at the top, Janari Jackson's going to be one-on-one with McDonough. If he can find space on that left side, look over there. He's looking that way.
Steps up in the pocket, launches one downfield. Jackson couldn't bring it in.
Well, it was Mitchell who got forward against Seth Mello. Seth Mello able to get back at the last second, just a little bit behind over the head of Mitchell.
Good catch. They faked me out. Jackson had kind of stayed a little shallow. Mitchell went on that go route.
There you go. You hear the Raider faithful down there,
right? I think that was your dad.
Shout out Uncle Kev, by the way.
I love that dude. I do. Oh, that's so your dad. 2nd down at 20. Same formation for the Knights. I got to go back to a very similar play again. Raiders show blitz. They bring 5. Vega launches one downfield over the middle. It is caught by Mitchell for 6.
Well, that time Mitchell, it wasn't on the left side. He cut over the middle right at about the 15-yard line. Caught Mello stumbling a little bit. Great throw.
So a couple counter punches being thrown since that opening 65-yard touchdown run. 12-7. And looks like the Knights will go for 2 again.
Do want to go back to that touchdown real quick. You had Seth Malouette to come in. Cullen Doherty, the safety, who was on that right side. He's a bigger guy. It's tough to catch up with him when you're a bigger, more built guy.
It's a good route, and especially, I mean, the Raiders like to play zone a lot. What's the perfect route to run on a zone? Or one of the most perfect routes to run on a zone is that seam route, that in-cutting route coming over the middle. Nice lineup in the eyes, how they lost the snap on that earlier 2-point conversion. It's a rollout by Vega, who's being chased. Vega gets rid of it, and that 2-point conversion is good.
I think that was Jackson who got that again. That was Precious coming in on the right.
The senior fullback. Was that Mitchell? Was that Jackson on the touchdown?
I think it was, yeah.
Or was that Mitchell? The 6, the 8, and the 9 are going to really bother me now.
On that 2-point conversion, Vega just had good awareness because Castonguay on the left just had a big jump, and he noted he was going to roll right originally, and then he saw Castonguay coming, ended up going left. While he was being tackled, made that throw. 2 deserved points right there.
So Tasia will send this away. And it'll be retrieved by McDonald, who will give it to Crook. Deep in Somerset territory and brought down at the 33-yard line.
Well, the Malden Catholic game, McDonald actually faked it to Crook. This time, he actually made the handoff and a good run up past the 30.
Well, the last Somerset Case matchup, I called that game, and the Cardinals actually pulled that out a couple times, and it ended up being not direct touchdowns, but touchdowns on both plays ended up resulting from a similar kickoff play like that.
Yeah, Nathan Wood was the guy for
Nathan
Case.
Wood.
Yes, he had a lot of big runs.
It was Wood and Braden Bebo, I believe.
Actually had the chance to call one of Nate Wood's games on the PA.
Yeah, with Nichols, yeah. Nate had a good first year at Nichols College. So a first down and 10 for the Raiders from the 33-yard line. Wishbone formation. No surprise there. And it is a handoff. It's time to Liam Meehan. And he gets about 2.
We've seen so many times, whoever that motion guy is, that's where the handoff is going, and I think Central is starting to realize that as the game goes on.
Officially a gain of 4. Second down and 6. From the 37.
You got Crook lined up all the way on the right. This is where I see him getting the motion. We'll see if he gets it this time. There it is.
And he does. And it is a keeper from McDonald who darts into the open field. Sheds a tackle as a first down and more. McDonald finally brought down near midfield.
That's the play that's been working all year long. Finn Crook comes right in the middle, right between the center, Medeiros, and McDonald. The fake handoff goes to Crook. McDonald will just take off the other way. Beautiful setup and a good gain.
Especially if it's going to be open 9 times out of 10. Go for it.
And this is the thing, too, with Brendan McDonald. He's a part of the basketball team. He knows about getting that speed, finding the edge, going on the side.
When to put the foot on the gas pedal and when to get on the brake. Something he's always been good at. So a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield. Crook gets the motion again. They give it to him this time. Finn Crook trying to bully his way forward. He will get about 1. Second down and 9.
Well, Dion Hazard for the Knights. He did a little starter step, number 33 in the black, that was just forcing Crook to go the other way. And that's why he cut back and he didn't get much there.
So second down and 9 coming up. You go back to that fake to Crook and have McDonald get it up the middle?
This would be a time where you're going to have Meehan come around back behind McDonald on the right, I think, and then McDonald should just go the other way. But I'm no coach. Let's see. Meehan's going to get the motion, though.
Meehan with the handoff. Liam Meehan trying to scurry his way forward and is brought down after a gain of 5.
Well, oftentimes when Meehan gets the motion on the left side, he'll come around behind McDonald, and then McDonald will follow him on a rollout to either pass the ball up top or just keep it himself. But
so a 3rd down and 4.
You're going to have an extra blocker out there, and Drew Dion is lined up about a yard behind. McDonald might keep this one. We got a flag, though. Somebody moved.
Yeah, this is coming back. So it'll be 3rd and 9. And things just got a little more Herculean.
I don't know where you came up with that word.
This is my 6th academic year doing this. There's a lot of just words in the back of the brain that they're bound to make an appearance once in a while.
Now, this is interesting. This is different from when you had the flag over there against Central for the unsportsmanlike conduct. It ended up being a 1st and 10 either way. This is a 3rd down and 9 ago.
A 3rd down and 9. Crook gets the motion behind McDonald. It's a quarterback keeper. McDonald taking his time, trying to cut inside. And he is going to be short of the 1st down by a couple yards. We'll see where they mark it. Be 4th and very minimal.
If you're Coach Freitas, you're keeping the offense out there. This is where you got to get all the big guys, whether it's Dion, Delaney. You just got to push McDonald forward and just get a fresh set
Have they
of downs.
tried the tush push?
They have a couple of times, yeah.
How'd it go?
It went all right. It went
Do you
okay.
try it here?
Yes, I would.
All right.
Still can't get over McDonald's outfit on the field. Looks like a skirt he's wearing.
You say, I don't know if it was from the Raider rally earlier today, but, oh, that's working. So a 4th down and 1. Everybody at the line. Meehan gets the motion. It's a quarterback keeper. McDonald is wrapped up immediately. Bursting through that hole were 3 Knights.
That was Casey and Rodriguez.
Big
Rodriguez, the leader.
66, Armani Rodriguez, who is different from the quarterback, Armani Rodriguez.
Yeah.
2 different people. Great stop, though, from Rodriguez. And a turnover on downs for the Raiders.
What a play. The guy playing his final career game today, Armani Rodriguez. Way to make a big play. And this isn't like you were down inside the 10 driving down the field. You're going to be set up at the 43-yard line. You're in good field position.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of this field position. You're up a score.
Still got 6 minutes to work with, too, in all 3 timeouts.
So a 1st down and 10. I formation again for the Knights. And it is a handoff this time to Tazier.
Oh, Shane Delaney finally making a good read right on the inside there to make the tackle for Somerset Berkeley. Delaney been kind of quiet so far in the early going for the Raiders.
Haven't said his name much. So a 2nd down and 7. Another handoff this time. And picking up a little short of a 1st down.
That was Cordero who was getting a good block in there. He didn't have the carry, but Cordero was making a really good block against Brody Cabral.
Justin Bissell Jr. And we'll see where they spot. They are going to give him the 1st down. It looks like he was about half a yard short originally.
Keep an eye on the right side for the Central offense because you got Doherty and Meehan that are going to be switching as the safeties. So let's see if that has any impact.
It's a handoff again to Justin Bissell. Flag is thrown. Believe this is coming back.
Yeah, you had Carlos Zapata, I think, that got a hold against Paul Castingway. You could see it right at the edge of the C logo in midfield.
I think you're right. Yep. Second holding penalty against the Knights tonight. Another 1st down and 20 for Central. The most famous, I want you to guess, the most famous alum of Central High School. I'll give you a hint. He's not real popular around this place anymore.
Is it Judge Caprio?
Ted Cooley.
Oh, yeah.
Judge
that's right.
Caprio is a LaSalle Ram.
Oh, okay. Close enough. It's Rhode Island.
Yes. So first down and 20. Another feed inside to Tazier. Brought down at midfield.
Mitchell, the ball carrier.
We were talking about it earlier with Central doing a lot of runs, going away from the passing. I want a gain of 6. Might have caught Somerset Berkeley off guard because it's first and long, 20 yards to go, but ended up working out in their favor.
But this was a similar spot. I mean, it was about 10 or so yards off the field, a little more. This is where that touchdown was thrown. So Raiders maybe a little bit of a vulnerable spot right now.
Get 2 out wide on the right, and Walker's backed up a little bit. He's running back. Oh, they tried to give it to him.
They have trouble with the handoff, and I think the Raiders got on top of it, and they did. So a turnover in the backfield. It was James Walker.
The clock was actually running,
Yeah,
too, after it was down.
there was a clock error. So
But you can see it from up here.
Yeah, there should be 8 seconds added to that clock. I'm sorry, more than that. 12 seconds added to that clock.
I want to go back to that last play. You could see it from up here. Walker, you knew with how far he was off that line of scrimmage that he was going to cut back and the pitch back was going to go to him. Just not a clean pitch
Now,
back.
why didn't they fix the clock?
Nobody else probably caught it.
Oh, they were shouting, and I don't blame anybody for that. This is Crook who gets 5. That's 2 plays the Raiders were just cost.
Yeah?
That's not great. So a 2nd and 5.
You want to get a touchdown right now if you're Somerset Berkeley. Get that 2-for-1. You get in the ball to start the second
Right.
half. Is that double handoff?
Yep, Meehan this time up the middle. Has enough for a first down.
Momfali Njai for the Knights got lucky. He was the last guy there that could have gotten it. Cedric Ford was in the mix as well for the Knights.
Raiders are hustling. McDonald steps back. McDonald launches one in a double coverage, and it completed a flag. Kevin Dos Santos, the intended receiver. We'll see how this flag is on. Walker looks like he had the shove in the back.
Yeah, Walker got an arm in there when Dos Santos was trying to go up to make the grab, and that's going to set up Somerset Berkeley. If the flag stands, they do spot of the foul. Sometimes they do a 15-yard penalty at the high school level, so we'll just see where it ends up.
We've got a live ball and a dead ball foul. So
See,
we'll
this
see
might
where
offset.
we'll see where they mark this.
Oh, no. I'll do They get it at the 17. It's a 15-yard penalty. They got it all
So obviously one was accepted, one was declined.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Thought at first, as soon as you said that, might have been offsetting penalties. We would have had to redo the down.
I
but-
didn't say anything on the Raiders. That's why, unless something was said that we didn't hear. First down and 10. Up the gut. And stopped after about 5 was Liam Meehan.
It's just a good read by the Central defense because they know Somerset Berkeley's run heavy. Everybody is within 10 yards of that line of scrimmage, no matter how many people are out wide.
100 seconds to go in the half. Raiders could use a score.
Got plenty of time, a minute and a half, still 2 timeouts to work with. You're in very good shape right now.
So it's 2nd and 7. McDonald on the keeper, trying to bounce to the outside. Swiffers his way back in. McDonald still on his feet, fighting to the goal line. He's going to be short. They will mark him down at the 1.5.
Well, Finn Crook came over and he made a really good block to help McDonald get forward. 13-yard gain by the senior QB.
He had beans, greens, potatoes, and tomatoes all
There
coming
it
with
is.
him. But McDonald able to stir the stew forward to the 1.5.
You've been digging for stuff to find in this one. Why did I give you the mic?
First down and goal from the 1.5 yard line. McDonald on the handoff, Meehan forward, touchdown! Liam Meehan from a yard out.
It was just simply, all you got to do is just pound it in. Very simple tactic by Somerset Berkeley. Now they get a chance to tie or take the lead in this one if they decide to go for two.
I'm kicking the extra point here. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, Phillips out there to hold it. They're going to go for the tie.
Don't gamble. Not here. Good snap. Good hold. Line drive. Low line drive, and it's good.
It's that soccer skill from Kevin DeSantos.
9 at 14. In Providence. 33 seconds to go in half one.
Fans, anybody watching, the winter sports season is just around the corner. To access all sports schedules, head on over to arbiterlive.com, enter in your school in the search bar, and access all team matchups, times, and locations. That's Arbiter, ARBEITER, live, LIVE.com.
Looking forward to Prenda Cup.
Yes!
I've got you for round one, and Hammy's got the championship and the consolation. What a fun tournament that is, year after year after year.
And you know what's interesting about that, too? That's the start of the season.
Yes.
You haven't even had games before that
Yes.
to really build up besides a scrimmage.
Taunton and Apponequet, and then Somerset Berkeley, Diamond Durfee.
Taunton new to the Prenda Cup.
Yeah,
we should add, too.
Take it over for Mount Hope.
I guess we could see that coming. Mount Hope, they've had some tough results in the Prenda Cup in the last few years.
It's a program certainly under a rebuild down in the RIIL's Division II. So Dos Santos with a squib. This is picked up at the 16. James Walker cutting inside and is brought down at the 38-yard line.
Had Gavin Gooch out there, a little bit slower guy trying to get up to the ball, but good tackle by Jackie Wang. Shout out Jackie Wang, by the way. Just a really nice guy all the way around at Somerset. Actually was escorted out on senior night by Coach Freitas.
So you've got all three timeouts, 25 seconds to go. You can realistically set yourself up for a chip shot field goal if you get you're going to have one solid completion down the field, burn a timeout, you can realistically take the leader.
I mean, I can't imagine doing anything crazy like going for a long ball. I'm saying I would do a run or maybe just a short check down pass. You get the first down, maybe you can use a timeout. To go at 3 out wide, though, so.
Vega with a bubble screen. Out wide to Mitchell. Adonai Mitchell has a first down and is out of bounds. Smart play from Adonai Mitchell.
Yep, now you get a good gain. Smart 2 to run out of bounds to stop the clock with 18 seconds left. Now you're in a much better position than you just were.
So Adonai Mitchell gets them the first down. 18 seconds on the timer. A long huddle here for the Knights.
I would not be surprised to see a similar play where, again, it's just that short check down and then that catch and run off to the side. This time you're going to have 2 out wide on the right side and only 1 on the left.
Maybe a little field reversal here.
And Crook's off the ball by 10 yards, too, on that left side.
And they're playing a 3 deep here. Vega with time. Vega launches one. Mitchell got it. Adai Mitchell is down at the 1. He's got to be careful. Got to be careful. Vega launches a bomb that finds Mitchell. And the Knights in beautiful position to take the lead.
And you know what? He got further down the field, too, and more open because McDonald had a stumble right at about between the 10 and 15-yard line. McDonald, good footwork. It is a turf. Not familiar with it. First ever time I'm guessing that he's played here, but just an unbelievable throw. Look, can we get a shot of that ref dancing down there right on the side? That's great.
I'm going to dance with him. I'm going to dance with him.
Can we get a shot of that? Bah, he's not doing it anymore.
Getting jiggy with it.
And now with 2 time, you really have 3 chances to punch this one in. And again, I'm not going to be surprised if they get it right away on the first one, but this is without a doubt you need the touchdown here. But it's even bigger for Somerset Berkeley if you're able to get that stop. Central wants that halftime lead,
especially with Somerset getting the ball to start the second half.
Yes.
You need all the momentum. If you're a Knight, you need all the momentum you can get. So a first down and goal for the Knights from the 1. 10 seconds to punch it in for 6. What are you drawing up here?
just a straight run up the middle. I don't know if I'd go QB keeper. Look, you got a big guy in the backfield. How about this?
That's Armani Rodriguez in the backfield.
Oh, how about this if he gets this?
Armani Rodriguez has scored!
Oh, wow.
Who needs the refrigerator? Armani Rodriguez gives the Knights the lead.
Hey, you can't even be disappointed in that even as a Raiders fan. That you just want to see. Oh, now you got a flag.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Let a man rub his gun if he wants to. Come on. Wow. Wow. I don't know about that.
But now you're more knowledgeable with this. I don't know if this is going to affect the extra point, 2-point attempt try, or if this is going to affect the kickoff right after.
You have the choice.
All right. If I'm Somerset Berkeley, I'm using it right now on this extra point attempt.
I'm with you. I am absolutely with you.
You want to keep that difference at 6. That's what you want.
I think they're just, they are going to push it back to the 18.
Well, the ball is marked at the 3. It's right at that hash usually when they go for 2, so it looks like they're most likely going to go for 2 this time. I can't see a 35-yard extra point attempt coming here.
I mean, Central seldom kicks a extra point to begin with. Why do it here when it goes from 19 to 35 yards? So they're going to go for 2. Trips right. 5 wide in total for Vega, who is lonesome in the backfield. Raiders bring a blitz. Vega steps up in the pocket. Vega with a floater, and it's good.
Yeah, there's going to be a flag. He crossed the line of scrimmage when he was throwing that ball.
I was just about to say, did he cross the line of scrimmage?
It was at like the 15 when he threw that ball. That one's coming back.
So the conversion is so good. Taser had the catch. It is waved off. That is deemed an illegal forward pass. The conversion is no good, and there is 1 second on the clock.
Now, wait a minute. Central's celebrating right now. What's
going
on?
They're doing the shout. They're doing the shout. Hamlet, get with it. But I think they think the half is over. They don't realize that there's 1 second on the clock. Armani Rodriguez is tick-tocking on the sideline. He hasn't realized that there's still 1 second to dance.
I was going to say, what the heck did I miss?
You missed the shout.
Yeah, I did.
I'll make it up to you. I'll sing it.
I think I'm going to pass on that. Hey, you know what? You did theater. You'd probably be good at singing it.
I
But
did do theater in high school. Still involved in my local community as well.
I'm doing the exact same play if I'm Central. It's going to be a
Yeah.
similar formation. Roll out right, just launch a dart.
We'll see. Same formation. We'll see if it's the same play, and it is. Vega, same location, but the Raiders were ready for it. It is juggled and dropped. McDonald, the closest one to the interception.
Doherty was in the mix as well. You have to be careful. You got two guys calling for the ball at the same time. You didn't. That one to take an unfortunate bounce into a night hand, but luckily for them, they didn't. It's going to stay a 6-point game.
Good time. Go. Get in line to get your halftime treats. These will be treated by a cheerleading display by the Central Knights cheerleading squad.
So 1 second to go in half one. So the Knights will likely just kick this away, and that'll do it.
I mean, you do got your speedsters, though, that do act as the running backs that are going to be back to potentially return this one. McDonald and Crook, the big ones. You got Meehan, who's going to be lined up right at about the 25 to take it back. So this thing's not completely out of the woods yet.
No.
And they're lined up as if it's just going to be a short kickoff.
I would think you just squib this, get this on the ground as fast as possible so the clock runs out and you go in the break up, and there it is. And that's not what you want.
Goes out,
Ideally.
you're going to set up one play now. Well, I don't know if it's going to be a meaningful one play, but it's still one play.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see McDonald just take a knee here, and although they will get the ball at the 40. And no timeout being called here on either side.
By the way, speaking of the cheerleading squad for Central, it's co-captain Freddie's birthday today. Happy birthday, Freddie.
Happy birthday to the cheerleader down there. We'll shout her
Amy,
out.
I think her name was. It's her birthday, co-captain. And they're singing. They're not on key. So one last play for the Raiders before we go to break. And it is going to be a keeper. McDonald is wrapped up after a gain of 1. And that'll do it. The Knights go down the field in 20 seconds and retake the lead 20-14 at the end of the first 24. What do the Raiders need to do to come out of the gate and tie this game?
I want to see more passing plays, because they can pass the ball. If McDonald really wants to pass the ball, he can thread it in and make that completion. Haven't seen much of it today, maybe just a few short checkdowns. I want to see some more throws and get down the field a lot quicker, not do super long drives.
20-14 our score at the break. When we come back, a brief first half analysis and the full second half. Knights up 6 in Providence. 2014, the Knights on top of the Raiders as we welcome you back to Conley Stadium, legendary Conley Stadium at 434 Mount Pleasant Avenue. Brady Kudo along with Keegan Hamlet. And this will take a Raider bounce. Picked up at the 19. And finding a seam is Brendan McDonald, brought down at the 45.
That one took a bounce in front of McDonald. He let that one go favorably to about the 22, 23-yard line. Good return to start out this Raiders drive.
McDonald officially marked down at the 44. First down and 10. Raiders looking to strike quick. Crick gets the motion, and they give it to him. Finn Crick into the mosh pit will go down after a gain of 3.
Well, they were lined up on the right hash mark that time, and nobody was past midfield if you're looking far side to near side right on that play.
Gain of 4 in the play. Second down 6.
Drew Dion backing in the middle.
So 2nd down and 6. Coming up for the Raiders. Meehan this time on the give, right up the gut, and is a yard short of the first.
As Sylvester was on the end, he couldn't get into that middle right in the pile to help make that extra block, but they do get 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1.
Being the ball carrier. 3rd down.
Looked like Cadero was in on the stop. A 3rd down and 1 coming up for the Raiders.
If I'm McDonald, I'm just keeping this one right up the middle.
McDonald in the backfield this time. They give it
Central
to Crook.
got it.
Yeah, to say it. That was a little awkward. A little miscommunication. Crook had bobbled the handoff. The ball is on the ground, and the Knights will take over.
That's the 2nd time we've seen miscommunication with the handoffs tonight, Brady. It just can't happen, especially when it's 3rd and just 1 to go. And Central's going to take over on the other side of midfield.
So the Knights will take over. The Knights will come up 1st down and 10. Off the give. And bouncing forward.
Got Richard Bridges in there now at quarterback.
A good catch. Interesting, because he is listed.
Got a gain of 7. I wouldn't be surprised if we get another run here.
So 2nd down and 2 and a half. On the pitch to Trazier, who dotted the I, got the 1st down and more with Tazier being brought down at the 27. Officially stepped out.
That was a good hit by Cabral on the side,
Yeah.
just past the 30-yard line. What a play by Brody Cabral. Switching his jersey number from a few weeks ago. Used to wear 61, now wearing number 10.
Did they tell you why?
No. I just know 2 players switched their jersey. Maybe somebody got too big or too tiny for their jersey. I don't know. Him and Aiden Griffin were the 2 people who switched their jerseys.
So 1st down and 10 coming up from the 27 for the Central Knights. Tazier dots the I. And they give it to him. Tazier up the middle, breaks a couple tackles. Tazier is brought down, and it looks like he has enough for a first.
Well, Dion had the angle on it right in the middle, stumbled on his feet, and just couldn't make the stop. That would have only been a gain of 3 had he made that tackle, and that ends up moving the chains for another first.
Raider fans, for a full recap on all Somerset Berkeley sporting events, make sure to check out the Somerset Sentinel on Facebook for George Austin's articles on all Raiders sporting teams.
Hardest working man in Somerset right there, George
Amen.
Austin.
Amen. He's here tonight.
He is.
Patrolling the sidelines. So another 1st down and 10 coming up for Central. And it's another give. Tazier lost the handle, and he fell on top of it.
That was just a low snap. That's what it was. Me and so close to jumping on that ball for Somerset Berkeley, but it does end up as a loss of about 5 or 6.
Loss of 5. Take it down 15.
Temperature is dropping here in Providence, and we're starting to see the effects of that with a lot of fumble snaps. Everyone's hands colder, the ball colder.
It's another thing, too. After you see the fumble, your first instinct is, okay, you see the guy who's about to get the ball, make the tackle. Sometimes right away they don't see the ball. That's going to be a good setup on the side.
Mitchell cutting inland and is brought down inside the 15.
Only get 10 of that 15 yards back. Third and 5, decisions.
Gain of 9 on the play. Third down 6.
Actually, might be a long 5 or a short 6.
So 3rd down and 6 coming up. Loaded backfield for the Knights, and it's another swing pass. This time out to Polanco.
He's going to be short.
Polanco with the reception.
Argany Polanco is a yard short, or 2 yards short, actually. 4th down and 2, and Mike Washington leaving his offense on the field.
Well, he was able to get that ball on the left side. The corner and the safety were off the ball by 10 yards, and we've seen that a couple of times today. But that was the right decision. Go to that left side, try to make a run up the field, but a 4th and 2. Let's see what Coach Washington decides to do.
You running?
I don't know. I think I would do a short slant on
I
this
agree.
one.
I'm throwing the football here,
You're also halfway through the third. You could also try to get him to jump offside.
which just gives you more room to throw the football. And Washington will call timeout.
Yeah, they only had 10 guys on the field.
Yeah.
That's why he called the timeout.
Yeah, there was somebody late getting on. So 5.5 to go in the third.
You know what? I'm going to go back to what I was saying about the potential to try to draw him off sides. If that didn't work, use the timeout. You're going to use the timeout
Exactly.
in any scenario during that point. So now you have time to draw up a play, figure out what you want to do, make sure everybody's setting on the field for your 4th down play. Do want to shout out everybody that is watching on the live stream.
Do we got anything new?
No new comments. Nobody wants to
Oh,
comment.
come on, guys.
Leave a comment. Helps out a lot. 68 people watching. Thank you. And I'll add, too, we have a message that was written from one of the Somerset
that's
faithful
right.
fans. Mr. Teasdale wrote out a message he wants read in the 4th quarter. We'll go over that at some point. You got to feel for Mr. Teasdale.
Yeah.
At least he's been able to watch these games.
Yeah.
Just hasn't been here in person, but now a big 4th and 2 coming up for Central inside the 10.
A lot of love, thoughts, and prayers going out to Dwight Teasdale and his family. Well, 4th down and 2, trips to the bottom of your screen. Vega on the keeper. Vega darts out outside. Vega reaches. Vega is in for a touchdown.
Well, he had so much open space on the right side because there were only about 2 or 3 out wide on the left. Somerset had 4 corners and safeties on the back. That's why Vega just had so much space to run on that right side, but a well-deserved touchdown.
See, experience really paying off
It
for Aaron
is.
Vega.
Just shows his ability to read the field because I didn't know if they were going to try to do a passing play originally, but he noticed that. Just a beautiful play to run out where nobody was there. Finn Crook didn't even get to him until he was at the 1. It's a very similar setup, too, on this 2-point conversion attempt, although you got 1 out wide on the right. That's where he's going.
Did he get it? Oh, what a grab. Janari Jackson defied gravity, and nobody can bring him down. 28-14. Knights 0-1 all-time in this Thanksgiving Eve matchup. And we were expecting perhaps a similar result. Somerset and Central comparing these two schedules. I do give the strength of schedule advantage to the Raiders, expecting them maybe to repeat last year's efforts. At no point in that game were they down 2 scores.
No, they weren't. Central was down 2 scores
right.
at one point, and they got back into it in the fourth quarter. Still so much time, over 17 minutes to go.
Ball is taken to the 19 by McDonald. It's a fake this time. McDonald cutting the other way. McDonald has blockers out front. Brendan McDonald out of bounds near the 45.
Well, we talked about the fake earlier in the game when they tried it in the second quarter. Liam Meehan at the 35 with a tremendous block to help McDonald get 10 more yards up the field.
First and 10, Raiders.
And this is the thing with Somerset Berkeley is they do take a long time with their drives. The Tewksbury game, their first touchdown drive, 11 and a half minutes, Brady. You got to get something going sooner rather than later.
That's a drive that the cadets at West Point would
Yes.
appreciate.
If it pays off, it pays off.
So a first down and 10 coming up for the Raiders. 5:09 to go in the third. And they need a touchdown quickly. McDonald. Quarterback draw gets 2.
That was Casey in there on the stub. Casey has been really applying the pressure all night long, whether it's on McDonald or the other running backs that are getting the touches. He's been everywhere in the middle. I'm taking a long time in those huddles down there, Somerset.
So a second down and 8. Crook gets the motion. McDonald stutter steps in the middle and is brought down at midfield.
He had Crook as an option. He had a lot of space on that left side. I don't mind the decision by McDonald keeping it, though. He get 3 yards. We'll set up third and mid.
So third down and 5 coming up from midfield for the Raiders. Crook gets the motion and the handoff. Finn Crook trying to bounce to the outside. He is brought down at the line of scrimmage.
Really good wrap up on the side there from Hazard again. And there's also some miscommunication going on. So Jeff Siska is one of the coordinators that's usually up near the press box during these games. I think the headset just died. There was a dead battery. So now you've got no point of view from upstairs to see a better view of the field.
Well, not only that, Nick Freitas, the headsets are off. I see one coach with a headset on.
It's only word of mouth right now, and it's going to be tough here on a 4th down and 5.
Raiders keep the offense on the field. 4th down and 4.5. McDonald. All day. McDonald rolling to his right.
Crook.
McDonald surveying. McDonald's going to get rid of it. Batted up and incomplete. Sammy Perez had an interception in his hands, and he dropped it.
Well, Finn Crook had a whole wall ahead of him. If McDonald just saw him earlier, it's tough to feed that ball on the side when you're rolling and you just got to loft it up when pressure's coming right after you. But it's another turnover on downs for Somerset Berkeley.
So 2:39 to go in the third.
performances from the Central Cheer squad, I'm going to add, Brady. They've been celebrating all night long.
Handoff up the middle with Bessel doing a good job to get 6.
Always seems to be a gap on that right side for the Central offense to just power through, and then everybody for Somerset Berkeley just joins together and makes a stop, pushes them back.
Gain of 6 on the play. Second down, 4.
Worth noting, Vega back in there for the Knights. He did come back on the last drive. It is a passing formation for the Knights. They give it off instead. Bissell has a first down. Justin Bissell Jr. will fight forward to the 37-yard line.
And DeSantos had the read on it the whole way, came on top of the pile trying to make the tackle. Meehan was in there in the mix as well, just unable to after gain of 6, as you mentioned.
There is one fan down behind the Somerset sideline, and interesting choice of words from that gentleman. So a first down and 10. Bessel again. Woo! Bessel bringing the boom, and is down at the 30.
What a stiff arm against Seth Mello from Bessel. You could hear the hit from all the way up here.
Yeah.
Gain of 6 on the play.
So second down and 4. Very hard fought 6 yards for Bessel. This should be the final play of quarter 3. Bessel again, trying to bounce to the outside. Bessel, flag is going to be thrown, and I believe this is coming back.
Yeah, this one I think is going against Jonathan Jimenez for a hold. Let's see. Jimenez 72 walking right behind the head official right now.
Yep. So there's that same guy in the stands. Freitas was like 10 yards out onto the field.
Holding penalty. Decline.
The hold is declined.
Yeah, it was a 5-yard loss on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. It was either that or a 2nd and 12.
Down 8.
So 3rd down and 8. And they're going to let this run to the end of quarter 3. The Knights put up a score, and that was enough to end quarter 3. The Central Knights up 2 scores in Providence. We welcome you back to Connolly Stadium for the call of the 4th quarter. Keegan Hamlet.
Thank you, Brady. Congrats to you, Brady. You did a tremendous job 2nd and 3rd quarter, I might add.
Thank you.
Such a nice person willing to split play-by-play in color with you.
Thank you.
All
You
right,
were in a good mood when we were talking about this. I loved it.
All right, a 3rd down and 8 from the 35. That's a pass on the left. It's going to be a 1st down and a lot more. Meehan pushes him out at about the 10-yard line. It was Adai Mitchell with the reception.
It was just a simple drag route with Mitchell coming across the middle, and Mitchell, one of the faster Knights on this offense. So a great job by him creating separation and getting down inside the red zone.
They're inside the 10, so it's going to be a 1st and goal from about the 9-yard line. Clock is ticking in a 2-possession game. Central looking to make that 3.
Run the football. This is when you run the football. Chew the clock. You don't need a score right here. Run the football.
Here we go on a 1st and 10. It's going to be a throwing play over the middle, and it's nearly intercepted over the head of Janari Jackson.
Yeah, that probably should have been intercepted, which is why you don't throw the football in that spot. The clock is your friend right now. There's a lot of it still. Get rid of as much of it as possible. You got to run the football here.
You don't even need all 9 on one play. You can just get a few every now and then.
And even if you lose a couple yards, you're taking 40 seconds off the clock.
2 out wide on the left, 1 on the right. It's a one-on-one matchup on the right side. Bessel lined up as the running back. He'll receive it. Bessel is going to be stopped. A loss of 4 or 5 on the play. 3rd and goal coming up from the 15. Well, that's what you wanted, Brady, and it didn't work for the Knights.
But a bit of an oxymoron. The negative play is actually a positive. You're creating more room to work with. And look at that clock. 10:45, 10:44, 10:43. That's what you need right now. You're up 2 scores. It'd be one thing if this was a 7-point game. You want to punch in and you want to go up 2 scores. This is a Somerset offense. This has been very inconsistent tonight. I think you're willing to live with maybe turning it over on downs, because then they have to go the length of the field.
We got 2 plays to avoid that. It's a 3rd and goal from the 15. Here we go. Bridges dropping back, looking to the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Knights. James Walker.
I don't want to take away from that perfect ball, but can we give a shout out to the cameraman staying on his feet down on the sideline? He took a bump from Adai Mitchell, backpedal, and stayed on his feet. That's a $5,000 camera that stayed upright. I'm not sure who that is down there, but props to you, my man.
That's a local TV camera, I think, down there. That's going to be like a WPRI 12 or somebody.
I didn't get the list of who was appearing, but what a perfect ball from Bridges. Sinking that one in right into Mitchell's breadbasket for 6.
And it looks like they're going to go for 2 again, as you can hear the happiness from the Central fans down there on the bottom right side.
We just had a Central fan go back to Berkeley in the agricultural school.
Oh, my God. Hey, we're known for our agriculture.
That was creative. Hey, I got to give him that. It was clean. And it was creative.
All right, here we go. 2-point conversion attempt. Bridges rolling right, throwing. It is complete, and it is successful.
No, he was half a yard short.
No.
He was half a yard short. His knee hit the half-yard line. The ball did not cross yet. That'll be no good.
I thought they got it. That referee hesitated on a second.
Yeah, but no, I could tell as soon as that knee went down.
Well, that'll keep the score at 34-14 with 10 minutes and 13 seconds to go. I mean, Brady, Somerset's got to find a way to at least get more points on the board in the second half and make it at least competitive. Try to go for the onside kicks at some point. You got DeSantos, who's been doing a lot better attempting those, doing them at practices. So still plenty of ball game left, but it's got to start with the Somerset offense. Also, I did mention that we would have a note and a message from Mr. Teasdale that we would like to read out. Mr. Teasdale been watching the last, I'd say, 3 or 4 live streams of these games. He said, I'd like to take a moment to thank the Somerset Berkeley football family and the community for all the support these last few months. It means a lot to me, especially for watching out for Hayden and my entire family. The generosity and kindness is truly amazing, and I cannot thank all of you enough. He also wants to say thank you to the YouTube broadcasts of the games. It's a great way to feel closer to home. And, of course, watching the boys play. Be good, signed by Dwight. What a message. And he's such a good guy, too.
Yes. Hayden's grandfather, we've got, looks like an illegal formation penalty on the Knights. That'll back them up. I've got to know Hayden a little bit. His grandfather has season tickets to the Providence Friars. And when I go with a buddy who the season tickets right next to it, I see Hayden and his grandfather all the time. And really, really sweet family, really good people. Like we said earlier, Dwight, buddy, we're thinking of you.
That's a low kickoff that's handled by McDonald at the 22, and he'll get forward past the 40-yard line. Another good return of about 20 yards. I'll bring up the Somerset Berkeley offense back out onto the field.
McDonald with the return. First and 10.
Brendan McDonald making it count in his final game. He's had a couple good returns, couple good reads, couple good runs. And we have an injured Knight down on the field. Tape delay feeds. Why don't we take a short break? 10:04 to go. We'll be right back. All right, we're ready to resume play.
It looked like Dion Hazard was the injured Knight.
Ball marked at the Raider 42. A 1st and 10 for the boys in white. It's Meehan and Dion lined up as the running backs this time. Usually it's been Crook in that spot. Dion will get the motion, and Dion will receive the handoff. Dion pushing forward, close to midfield to about the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
Good feed by Dion.
Tell you what, that Jumbotron is distracting me over there. I keep thinking it's police lights going over. It's cool they got a Jumbotron here.
In the shadows of the Biltmore Hotel, I can see it in the distance. Love this city. Love every time I come here.
You know, it's a tough commute getting here. There's a lot of...
Hey, if it weren't for the bridge,
yeah,
it wouldn't be horrible. I do. I love this city. I really do.
It's always good coming to Providence every now and then.
Friartown.
2nd down and 4 from the 48. That's another handoff to Liam Meehan. Liam Meehan has got enough for a Raider 1st down out to the Knight 45-yard line. That's a gain of 7 on the play from Liam Meehan. And Meehan, he's going to be back on this Raiders team next year. Junior on the Somerset Berkeley side.
Older brother Owen, one of the better quarterbacks this program has seen.
Former quarterback was a start, I believe, 2 or 3 years for this Raiders side.
Yes.
Most recent 2, Balico, McDonald. Have each been 1-year starters, and it's looking like it's going to be the same way again next year. Brody Phillips, I think, is in line to be the starter next season. That'll be then, though. 1st and 10 from the Knight 45. McDonald fakes the handoff, has an open Poissant down the field. That's where he's looking. McDonald's throw is incomplete. Looking for Poissant. Michael Butler in there in defensive coverage.
Not a bad idea. McDonald, it's so hard to throw in the run, and McDonald makes it look so easy. Just overthrew Poissant by a hair.
It was good coverage, too, from the junior defender, Michael Butler. Second down and 10 with 8:37 to go in the game. Raiders down by 3 scores. Got a motion on the side. It's Meehan. Liam Meehan pushing ahead. He'll get wrapped up after a gain of about 2. And some push-ups to celebrate from Dion Hazard, the senior. It's just tough for Somerset Berkeley because you're trying to stick to the offense that has worked out in so many games this year. They're not used to passing it all the time, and they're just trying to stick to the run down the end. 3rd down and 8. This time Dion lines up on the left, Meehan on the right. Dion's going to get the motion behind McDonald. McDonald will roll right. McDonald looks like he's going to keep it. He will. Brendan McDonald's got a 1st down and more. Swiffering down the side, inside the 15 and down to the 13. So a good 30-yard run by Brendan McDonald. And Brady, now the Raiders with some life. They're marching down the field.
Good job by McDonald. Stepping up, keeping himself, and wet jets forward into the red zone.
7.5 to go. Ball is officially going to be marked at the 12-yard line on a 1st and 10. We got a flag coming in.
I think somebody jumped.
Yeah, it's encroachment against Central. They'll tack on 5. They'll move the ball to the 7. It's going to be a 1st and 5.
See, discipline. Even when you're up 2 scores, got to be disciplined. Penalties like that you can't have.
First and 5, the Somerset faithful trying to help out any way they can. Dion's going to line up as a running back this time on the side of McDonald. And he'll receive the handoff. Drew Dion is inside the 5, down to about the 3. He'll be short of a first down. Drew Dion's brother Will, star baseball player. He's in the crowd tonight.
Is he at St. Joe's in Maine?
That's right.
With Brady Cabral.
Brendan McDonald pushing ahead. He is in for a Somerset Berkeley touchdown. That was a quick drive. Somerset Berkeley has 6 more points on the board.
And you're doing it with plenty of time on the clock.
Exactly. 6:34 to go.
That's plenty of time. You're going to get at least one more possession. Now, can you make the most of it?
Brody Phillips to hold the extra point attempt for Caven DeSantos. Snap is a little bit low. Ball is down. Kick is up. Through the post, over the back netting. It is good. That'll run the score to 34-21 in favor of Central. Now the question's going to become, as we're having Christmas music play, you got to get through Thanksgiving first.
That's a very controversial song choice. Because you've got the folks like me who...
Well, here's some boost.
Yeah, I would say Christmas doesn't start until after Thanksgiving. You get the old souls like me. People on November 1st, Christmas! No, not yet.
Now what I'm going to be interested to see, Brady, is I doubt we'll see it, but you have a chance to maybe go onside kick.
I was
right
going to
here?
say, will Michael Bublé follow Mariah Carey? Nat King Cole and Kelly Clarkson.
Burl Ives.
And there's a can line going on by the... See, everybody can.
Oh, here we go. Here's the onside try. It's going to be handled at the 45. There goes Central. Well, that's not going to pay off. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Adai Mitchell. Well, everybody was going forward for Somerset Berkeley. They all meshed right in the middle.
That's why you don't do that. If you're going to go an onside kick, you cannot have everyone crowd in one area because you exploit either end of the field and you're gonna get scored on. That's exactly what just happened.
Well, still, it's going to go down as a 55-yard touchdown for Adai Mitchell.
It's his second of the game.
Also hit playing in his final game today, too.
Yes.
Coach Washington on the side making sure he's got the substitutes right coming on and off the field.
Well, we know that's been an issue, the communication on that central sideline for most of this game.
You got 7 players in the huddle right now on the central. Now you got to focus on getting 4 more out there.
Well, there's a mini huddle a little more to our left. And they're having second thoughts. It's like me at the crumble cookies. Do I go in for more? Do I go in for one or do I not?
Let's see what's going on. They had the ball marked at that 3-yard line. Now they're going to put it on the left hash mark. And we're going to have a timeout called.
Say, Mike Washington's at the 16-yard line. Something's not right.
And again, they only had 10 guys out on the field. I just tallied it up for Central. They don't got everybody out there. Maybe they're talking with the quarterback, trying to figure out the play they want. The Knights have 1 timeout left.
At the same time, it's not rocket science. It's not hard to call a play. It may be hard to decide which one to call, but the execution of calling the play is not difficult. So I'm unsure what the confusion is here.
And we just got told Case Sunnyway is going to get credit for the touchdown. They had the numbers mix up. 13 is wearing 6, and 6 is wearing 4. So, you know what? It's the other side. We're broadcasting for Somerset. It's all good. All right, here comes the 2-point try. And here comes the man you've been waiting to see, Brady, Evan Soto. He'll be the quarterback for this play. Under center. He'll pitch it back.
Got
Justin Bessel. He's in for a 2-point conversion. So it's 6:24 to go in the fourth. It's 42-21 Central over Somerset Berkeley. Well, Brady, I'll put it this way. Somerset won the inaugural matchup last year. Central, in all likelihood, is going to take the one this year. But this is what you want. You want to have a competitive rivalry. You want games going back and forth. You don't want the same team winning every single year.
And we'll see how long that lasts. We'll see if this is a 90-year fixture or not.
You got both sides that are losing a lot of seniors.
Yes.
The Central side definitely doesn't have as much depth as Somerset Berkeley has in terms of other options.
Yeah, just look at the two sidelines. That's why we credit Mike Washington so much and how he's able to keep this program alive and thriving. Because there is essentially two Central teams on the Somerset sideline.
Here's the kick. It's going to be handled at the 13-yard line by number 13, Finn Crook. Finn Crook with a good return, out past the 35 and down to the 39. A 26-yard return for Finn Crook. Should also mention to anybody watching out there, state championships for Massachusetts high school football. They are going to be starting next week. I believe it's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week.
You're right.
All at Gillette Stadium. All 8 divisions.
The Razor!
Been told 2 on Wednesday and then 3 on Thursday and Friday. I think that's how the schedule is going to go.
We're just ready for Prenda.
I'm ready for Prenda, I'm sure. Some of these players out there will be ready for Prenda. 1st and 10. Here's McDonald dropping back. Now going to step up. Brendan McDonald past the line of scrimmage. Now dropping back. Finding space on the right. He tiptoes out past the 43-yard line.
I love plays like that. You run 30 yards to gain 4. Nothing upfield. You drop back and you're able to make something positive out of it. McDonald in his final football game, and the point guard of the basketball program that made the Final Four last year. Got to see them a few times last year, and well, what a group.
You covered that Sweet 16 game.
I did a Sweet 16, and then I had that top 5 showdown with Bourne.
Hey, Bourne's going to be back in it this year, too.
They are every year.
All right, 2nd and 7, 5.5 to go. This time it's Seth Mello lined up as the left running back. McDonald dropping back. Big has an open Seth Mello down the field. He missed it. McDonald now has an open Crook on the side, lofting it down the field. It is complete on the side. Finn Crook. He's out of bounds at the 28.
Mello was doing a jazz square out at the 10-yard line. That's how bored he was. And then good job by Crook to get open. Raiders really, they're lucky to get away with a completion. Never mind a first down.
29 yards on the catch for Finn Crook. I tell you what, it's good for Finn Crook. He really struggled in the beginning of the year.
He did.
Really, the first pass he had to face, he got mossed over by one of the Hanover receivers. And it was just a struggle for him in the early going, but it's good to see him out there succeeding a lot more now. That's McDonald throwing 2. Caven DeSantos. He reels it in. Touchdown Raiders. Caven DeSantos.
And here come the cowbells.
I tell you what, where's this been all year? McDonald is throwing absolute dimes out there.
Yeah, he's looking great. Going out with a bang. I've just said it for years, they don't throw the ball as much as they should. When Meehan was here, when Balico was here, they don't throw the ball as much as they should because all three of those guys have strong arms.
You got Paul Castingway running off to the side. He's got to get off the field.
Paulie C.
Here comes the extra point for Caven DeSantos. High snap.
Nah.
Kick is up. And it's good.
And it's going to be a roughing the kicker that'll be declined, but good job by Phillips to bring that. Not a great snap. Good job by Phillips to bring that down. Or are they going to enforce this on the kickoff, actually? It looks like they are going to accept it. The try is good. I think they're going to enforce this on the kickoff. I figured it would just be declined outright.
Now you're in another decision where, hey, you can go for another onside kick now. It's back to
After
two possessions.
I don't know about that. Or at least not the way they ran it the last time, where a cobweb at midfield and then Mitchell was able to break free for that touchdown. Not sure if I'm trying that.
You got to find a way to just get the ball back, have another chance, because this game is not over yet. There's still 5 minutes left.
No.
And there's only 11 minutes left on our SD feed. That's all right. We're probably just going to send the rest of this over. But if you are watching on the live or tape delay, we do thank you. Keegan Hamblett alongside Brady Kudo with Brian Moniz running the camera.
Brian!
Shout out Brian Moniz. He's been helping out a lot with most of these football games. And we actually did get another comment.
Melanie.
Go Raiders. That's Mitch's mom, I believe.
Okay.
A shout out Mel at a lot of the home games, trying to cheer on, do a couple of interesting chants, I should add. All right, here we go with the kickoff. It's going to be another short one. It is.
They got it.
Gavin Gooch might have gotten that. Somerset Berkeley thinks they've got it. Waiting for the signal, and they do. Oh, here we go. Gavin Gooch recovered the kickoff.
Good job by Gooch boxing out that night. Just like, no different than basketball. That's what that is. You're fighting for a rebound. Box out. Get your butt into the defender. Get him out of there so you have a free shot at the ball. It's exactly what Gavin Gooch did.
Gavin Gooch has been an unsung hero, I would say. He's made a couple big plays and has gone really unnoticed.
Right. I agree.
Here we go from the night 44. And we just had a fumbled snap, and Central has recovered it. Azriel Casey on the recovery. Wow. That changed quick.
It did. Golden opportunity.
It was another double handoff.
Yeah. Yep. Raiders were given the golden ticket and couldn't find the chocolate factory. Only Charlie was able to do that.
I'm telling you, you were researching.
Well, I had
everything
a
to
couple
say.
of Thanksgiving ones I wanted to use.
Hey, you did get him in there.
I did get them, and then with Wicked coming out this past week.
Well, you got to use Wicked if you're from Mass,
Of
right?
course. And shattering box office records all across all 50 states.
All right, the Knights have the ball at their own 48-yard line.
It's like what we've been saying in my house. Who needs Barmenheimer when you've got Glickett with Gladiator coming out? You haven't heard that? That's been all over social media.
No.
Hamlet, you got to get out on social media more.
I have enough social media. I don't use the X, though. I use Facebook, and the
book?
Instagram, and the Snapchat.
The book, the gram, and the snap.
And WhatsApp. I use WhatsApp,
Okay,
too.
okay. Well, I wouldn't count that as social media, though.
Why, because we don't use it in the
No,
U.S.?
no, because it's like messaging. Like, I wouldn't say like Messenger is a social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair point. All right, a 1st and 10 from the 48. It's going to be a throw to the outside. It's complete. DeSantos trying to make the tackle. He eventually does. Janari Jackson with the catch. Aaron Vega back out there as the Knights quarterback. It's a gain of 2. Will bring up 2nd and 8. Somerset Berkeley still with all 3 timeouts.
That clock is ticking.
I like how Freitas isn't using one yet. I would do it maybe after this play if it's no gain, or maybe a small at the most 1 or 2 yards. But if it's incomplete, if it's a play for a loss, I'm using that timeout. 2nd and 8 from the 50. Vegas still checking with the sideline, making sure they get the play right. And now what do we got?
We got a timeout.
Oh, they're going to say delay of game.
I apologize. I thought a timeout was called right before the play clock expired, but did not. Now the timeout will be called.
It's going to back the ball up to the Knight 45-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 13.
No timeout there. That was weird. That was a very weird sequence.
Got Hazard lined up as the running back. 2 out wide on the right. Vega looking over the middle.
Wow.
It is incomplete. Intended receiver Janari Jackson. You had Seth Mello back there defensively. 3rd and 13.
Surprised Jackson didn't really make an attempt at it. I mean, he beat a couple Raiders. DeMello was kind of lurking there in that strong safety spot. But, I mean, if Johnson dives, he probably catches that.
Looked like it was a little bit behind and on the side of him, though, so it would have been a tough
he
grab.
didn't even make an attempt. You know, I want to see my guys, no matter what the score is, I want to see them making an attempt.
Third and 13. A stop could go a long way for Somerset Berkeley. Central just looking to get, you don't need all 13 right away. You can get maybe 5 or 6 and then go for the 4th down. Vega low snap. Dropping back. Vega looking over the middle. It's incomplete. There was a deflection in the mix from either Gooch or Teasdale. It's going to bring up 4th down, and it stops the clock again.
That kind of corkscrewed after it was batted at the line. So a 4th down and 13, and I'm going to imagine the offense is staying on the field.
And they're in punting formation, actually. McDonald is back to return this. Here comes the punt. It's a short one, and it rolls out.
Yeah, that went right out. Let's see where they mark it. I'm guessing the 36, 35.
Well, Somerset Berkeley will get the ball back in a 2-possession game with 3:25 to go to get 2 scores. If you're watching on our tape delay feeds, we're going to take a short break, and we'll keep it here for the live. And I'm going to say there's only 3 minutes left. We got 3:25 left, so you don't have to start it up again, Brian. You can keep the camera on. It'll stay like that. You don't have to hit start. But what kind of offense are we looking for here, Brady?
Air raid. Throw the ball. I'm giving you 1:20 to score if you want a shot at tying this football game.
1st and 10 from the 35. McDonald is going to roll left and keep it himself. Brendan McDonald past the 40 down to the 43. And Casey in there on the stop. And some of the Somerset fans and Coach Freitas not too happy. I think they wanted a late hit.
Yeah.
That was definitely after the play.
Should have been. I'll give you that.
I didn't catch it. I was looking down at our scoreboard going here.
I saw it at the tail end.
Did you see who got taken down or no?
I don't want to speculate. I thought it was the 55, but I could be wrong.
Second down. Double handoff. Back to McDonald. Throwing to Jason Poisson. It's incomplete, just over his head.
You got to hit that. Those are throws you absolutely in this stage of the game. You have to make those throws.
Oh boy, Jason Poisson! If he caught that, that's a touchdown for Somerset
that is
Berkeley.
absolutely 6 points. You're right back in this game, and you would have done so in 30-ish, 40-ish seconds. You are absolutely back in this game.
You know what, Jason Poisson? He hasn't gotten that many reps this season.
Well, it's not even that. McDonald, you got to set your feet. There's nobody coming behind you. You got to set your feet, deliver that ball. If you don't score there, you don't score there. But put a good ball in, and then let Poisson do the work.
3rd and 3. It's another double handoff to Liam Meehan. He's going to be a yard short of the first, and it's going to be 4th and 1. Woo,
Surprised
boy.
Nick Freitas is not calling timeout here.
And they're going, hurry up. Here they go. This could be the game if they don't convert.
Oh, this is the game. For sure.
Crook will get the motion. McDonald kept it. Tackle for a loss. Turnover on downs. Mitchell with the stop. Goes down as a 2-yard loss from Brendan McDonald. The Knights will take over at the rate of 42.
You're down 2 scores. Why are you running the football? It doesn't make sense to me. You got to throw it. If you want a chance to get back in this game, you got to move the ball down the field. Double handoffs. Not only it takes, you're not moving the ball up the field. You're taking time off the clock. That's an extra 2-3 seconds you're taking off the clock. That we've seen games that come down to the final 2 seconds.
Yes, we
at
have.
every level of the sport.
The Raiders still with 3 timeouts. In over 2 minutes.
That is the one thing that's going to keep them alive, though, is those 3 timeouts. You got to rattle them off. Say that 3 times fast. 1, 2, 3.
You're going to have the big guys in the middle, too, that we haven't called that much today. Delaney, Dion, Teasdale, DeSantos, they're all going to be in the mix trying to force a fumble. That's a handoff to Hazard. And he gets forward for a gain of 3.
We're getting some love from the Orton family out in Swansea watching tonight.
Oh, shout out to the Ortons. Brooke and Jack Orton, star athletes at Case High School.
Todd that texted me. T-Bone texted me.
Okay, they're the Orton family.
T-Bone is the umpire for Wareham and Bourne tomorrow.
Okay.
His first game on the field. So.
I was actually asked to do that game.
Were you really?
Yeah.
You should have done it.
Camera people can't show up.
Oh. That's right.
I might go spot there tomorrow.
I thought you were at DRC Conk.
I am now. That's another handoff up the middle. That's going to be a first down. Now he's just got to hold on to the ball. That run goes out to the 29-yard line. I believe that was Njai on the carry.
And they're going to let the clock just run down here, the Raiders.
Final minute to go, and what has turned out to be another good pre-Thanksgiving matchup between these two schools, and I'm looking forward to doing it again next year.
Yeah. Next year will be at Hanson Memorial Stadium.
right.
Should this go on for a 3rd year?
That's a handoff on the side. Waldemar Lopez.
This is going to come back.
He's in for the moment.
This is going to come back. We're going to get a illegal block in the back, a hold, a blindside block, something. You take your pick, really.
The freshman
it is a
Waldemar
hold.
Lopez. On that
Big
run.
moment for the freshie.
Hey, you know what? He got just a 30-yard all the way to the end zone. He did good on the end of the sideline. Hey, he'll take it. He'll take it. The future of the Central High football program.
Yeah.
And they back it up from the spot of the foul, so it's going to set up a first and about 12 in what should most likely be the last play of the game. Now, if you're watching on our live, make sure to stick around. We're going to have a couple shout-outs and a couple thanks to give as this one winds down. Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a kneel down. And who else but Evan Soto, the senior quarterback, to finish it up with the kneel down. And it'll look like they're going to run another play. That should do it. We're under 30 seconds to go. Here come both teams, ready to line up at midfield for the handshake line. Standing O from the Central Faithful.
What a game.
Another terrific matchup between these two teams. The clock's going to run out. Central has taken this one 42-28 over Somerset Berkeley. The Knights will finish above 500, 6-5 overall. Coach Washington now at the 500 mark in his head coaching career, 21-21. Somerset Berkeley overall finishes 7-4. And despite going back in the Elite Eight this year, the Raiders do fall one game lower compared to last season's record, but there'll be a whole new team next year to be excited for. A lot of seniors leaving, so we do shout out every single senior on both sides for all their work and commitment to their football programs. As I said, I do have a couple thanks to give. Our camera operators this whole season, Brian Moniz, who's been filling in down the stretch, doing a great job. Darren O'Brien helping out as well. Tara Peckham always helping out, getting the camera crews ready. JJ Sylvia, Carter Sylvia, you too, Brady Kudo, stepping in to announce.
Bud.
And JJ Sylvia and I, and you two, will all be back to cover Prenda Cup in a few weeks. December 18th, round 1 against Diamond Durfee. 5 o'clock puck drop at the Driscoll Arena. I also want to shout out Morgan Anello, helping out with our huddle films all season long. Been doing a great job stepping in when Siska asked him to on late notice. So that's good work there for you, Morgan. And I do want to shout out Mr. Francis, too. I believe he's watching, for giving me the PA spot, taking over for Mr. Plant. Shout out to Mr. Plant, too, wherever you are. Had a great 7-year run. Your work never went unnoticed. A shout out to Mr. Francis for giving me the chance to do that. And I've had a blast doing these games, all the road ones. Aiden Lambert, football player at Somerset Berkeley, when he was not playing, he also helped out filming a game, so shout out to him as well. Jacob Correa, who also stepped in to announce a game as well, fourth quarter, that Durfee game. Shout out to you. And that is going to do it for us. Thank you to everybody watching and following the Somerset Berkeley football team all season long. I am Keegan Hamlet signing off, wishing you the best. Be good.